show has been so much fun to listen to, and I can't wait to see it. Has it been as much fun being a part of as it has been as we've been listening? As I think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I think I know what you're
Yeah.
trying to answer. Yes. Anytime you get a chance to work with friends that you've known for a long time and you're doing a part that, is interesting to you and fun for you, it's fun. I say why I go to work is not fun. So yes, if you're asking me if I'm having fun, I am.
Okay.
Okay, you're not getting old, you're just getting close, right? Right. Yep. All right.
And tell me why you decided to be a part of the project and why now? Like, is this the right time now?
Why not now?
Okay.
And why would you turn out a project if you read it and you like the character, and if people have that they respect you as a performer and an actress, and they like your work and they offer you a part. If you could make a list of more reasons to do something than more reasons not to do it, why would you turn it down? So anytime's the right time. Anytime that you're offered something, it's God's plan. You don't know why you get offered things in the periods of your life that you do, but I think a wise person kind of takes that lead and goes and sees where it leads you next. As my good friend always says, it's already written. I just have to show up.
There you go.
Sure. Can you talk a little bit about your character Ella on the show and what drew you to it?
Well, what drew me to Lady Ella was that she's not a typical first lady, and I'm a Catholic, so I don't know what a typical first lady is in the church, like the Baptist or Church of God in Christ. I'm Catholic, but from what I know of church lives, she's not very typical. She got a lot of stuff going on with her, and that makes for an interesting character. A person with flaws makes for a very interesting arc for a character, and as an actress, it makes for a very interesting, job for me to do. I'm not just always a goody two-shoe, just loving wife. I mean, those people exist, and those people are good to play too. But everybody's got secrets. Everybody has something that they want to do or they venture out to do or whatever. So Lady Ella was very interesting to me because she's a powerful woman. She's a city council woman. She's not just that I'm the first lady and anything my husband says goes. She has gotten in his butt too. And as you will see in the first episode, before he's killed, they have a little tete-a-tete, She's like sick of his butt too, She got a little few words for him. So she's not just a typical, I'm just the good mother wife person. She's got a lot of shit going on.
You've had a really diverse career, from scripted to reality to movies. Talk to us about your journey and how that longevity sits with you, because oftentimes we don't hear about that, in mainstream media, with our beautiful black women having that longevity. You've been
First of all,
working.
let me say thank you for that kind compliment. But yet longevity is something that you really have to work at. You're only as good as the thing you're going to do next, because baby, people forget what you just did. So with that comes a commitment to keeping yourself together and intact. What I mean by that, when I speak to young people, I always tell them that you have to stay ready to be ready. Well, I have to do I have to practice what I preach. So what that means to me is I have to keep myself intact. I always have to make sure that my teeth are right. I mean, simple things that you don't think about. My hair is okay, whether it's a weave, no weave, braids, no braids. I got braids up under this wig right now because I'm getting myself ready for the next transformation, whatever that is. And I'm protecting my real hair while I'm doing the show wearing all these wigs. So you got to think about things like that, your weight, your skin. So I have to be ready because that's part of my journey, is to be able to jump right into a role. I don't get oftentimes months and months to prepare, I was lucky with this role. I found out I was cast in mid-September. We didn't start till beginning of November, so I knew that I was coming to do this. But oftentimes, like when I did Hawthorne, I literally went in and met with everybody on a Thursday, and Friday morning I was at work. So, a lot of time, and that's happened to me several times in my career, where I just start work the next day. So you don't get the opportunity to bask in leisure, When we're on this journey, the whole thing is to work. Work begets work. You got to keep working. You got to keep working. You got to keep working at working. That's the hardest thing in longevity, is working at working. Because once you got the job, that's the easy. The easy part is doing the job. The hard part is getting it. Like, I'm working on my next gig right now, trying to figure out what that is, So it's been a blessing too, because like you said, not everybody has longevity, but I think the way you go in it and with the intention that you have and with the commitment that you have and the discipline that you have and the professionalism that you have and the training that you have, I think all of those helps in your journey to longevity, because once people know that you are a good actress, you're good to be around, you're professional, they know that they can count on you no matter what, and that you're going to show up work, you're going to be pleasant, you're going to get your job done, you're going to know your lines, then people know the next one knows and the next one knows, and that just builds and builds and builds. And so I've been very blessed to build a career for over the last 30 years.
Could you talk a little bit about spiritually, what do you do to keep yourself up? Because I was watching your web show with all your friends sitting around the table. That was really cool.
Thank
just kind of seeing how you guys feed off each other. But I know you also a breast cancer survivor too. And
Yes, I am.
You're very candid about that in one of the articles that you will talk about spiritually. What does Vanessa Calloway do to keep herself up?
Well, you know, I do believe in God. Now, I'm not a scripture quoting, Bible toting type of person. You know, that's just, but I'm very spiritual, you know, but I believe that you practice what you preach. I believe in bringing God into my everyday life. I believe in the God in me is the God that comes out when I'm nice to people and when I give to people. Just stop it and giving money to a homeless person, which I often do. My kids always they used to make me do it a lot, but I did it anyway. I think that, you know, there's a lot of ways to be in tune with the universe. You know, you don't always have to be sitting up in church every Sunday shouting and hollering, and then on Monday, it's like you didn't even go to church. So I choose to live my life through a godly, loving manner, and that's what I try to do. And I mean, you know, like everybody else, I'm human. I get down. I have some bad days, and I have a rule. I give myself 2 days to, you know, have my pity party and feel wronged, and everybody else's fault for whatever's going on. And, you know, I give myself 2 days. Then I'm like, all right, it's over, enough, done. Just do it. Just get up and just do it.
You ever throw a Nam Yo-Ho Renge Kyo in there just
No,
because?
I'm not Buddhist. I learned how to do that part. But thank you, because a lot of people stop me and they think I'm Buddhist. So I take that as a compliment, because then I did my homework well.
Absolutely.
But we all have a chant. I mean, if you want to say that. Mine may not be Nam Yo Renge Kyo, but, you know, mine is just do it, Vanessa. You know, just do it. You know, that's how I talk to myself. It's like, just stop this and just get up and just do it. So I have my own verbiage that I have, my own inner dialogue with myself that keeps me spiritually connected and keeps me positive, and it keeps me up. But I do let myself go down. We all do. You have to kind of like shed that skin, and you need time to get that off your back and rebuild yourself and step back out. But you can stay there forever, or you can do something about it. I always choose to do something about it.
So you talk about all the things that you've done, and you've had a great career. Who pours back into Vanessa when Vanessa's down?
Oh my, you know, I have a numerous amount of wonderful friends, and my loving husband, who's my best friend and worst critic and biggest fan, all rolled up in one. You know, he doesn't let me get away with nothing, you know, which I love about him. I can't pull nothing over him, and he will call a spade, you know. So, but he's very loving and supportive too. So, my family pours back into me, and my children, they just delight me. I'm just crazy over them, even as they're grown women now. I'm just a fool in love when it comes to them. So I get rejuvenated just knowing that they still need me, and that they still look up to me, and that I'm still an example for them, you know, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, and as a professional woman. So, and I take that very seriously.
So then how do you, I know it had to be a lot of fun for you to take a character who is flawed, like the First Lady, who is both good and bad. That's why they call it saints and sinners, but you make her a sympathetic.
Really, is she gonna be good? Okay, we'll see about that, but go ahead.
But you are great during your career of making characters sympathetic that we draw to. This is why so many people, you are so beloved. And I wanted to know, were you able to do that same thing with this character here?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? When you believe that you're in the right, then that's always the trick about acting. Your character has to believe what they're doing. If I believe it, then you believe it. I think I'm doing the right thing. You know, but if you're another person, you may have some other issues with that. But I think she thinks she's in the right. She don't see nothing wrong with what she's doing. So if I believe it, hopefully you will believe it.
She's gonna have to leave. Production is calling. So
Okay.
I wanted to make that the last question.